Hello? Testing? Does it sound like anything? Hello? Testing? Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm live. Okay, I'm alive. Okay, as far as residuals, we talk about this every month. And this is, we list, we sell, as we sponsor agents in that fit our culture that we would love to work with every day. There's a thank you, a bonus from corporate. And in the month of June, $40,900 was passed to different agents here as residual money. Year to date, almost $250,000 money kind of going back and forth. So this is all on top of what you guys are doing, listing, selling. This is a third income stream. So definitely, we're going to talk about a way for you to help, or a way for you to be part of this money a little bit later with our evening with Exit that we're having this month. So it gives you a chance to invite some people, and we'll talk about that. But since this franchise opened, this office, nearly $3 million of residual money. So definitely something to think about as you're talking to co-agents on deals, or you're meeting people that are thinking about getting into the business. Definitely invite them to our office and let us talk with them and see if they're a great fit for our office. Title Solutions. Thank you for these agents that closed with Title Solutions: Heather, Rika, Josh, Bobby Jean, Kathy, Randy, Cayenne, Beth, Lindsay, Bree, Sabra. Thank you for closing with Title Solutions. You know that if you close with Title Solutions, you get one of these lovely signs with your name put on here. And I know I owe signs to Rhonda, Nick, Angie, Kaylee, and Josh. So I'm aware that I owe you signs. I'm on it. But if you haven't closed with Title Solutions and you don't have a sign, choose them. We're going to stop the sign promotion with your name on it at the end of the year. So as long as you can close the deal by December 31st, we will still go ahead and get you with a sign with your name on it. Did you want to come up for a moment, Kevin?
I want to give you, I want to tell you guys a story. And
It's okay.
I know this is supposed to be a brief meeting, but this is such a great
It's a good story.
Not only am I going to tell you today, I'm going to tell the next sales meeting as well. And it's kind of a hard sell for me. I'm telling you why you need to close. Well, it's got, my glasses are in the way. How's that? That work? All right. So I'm going to tell you why you need to call me. Get out of that light. Why you need to call me and why you need to close with me. It's a great story. Great story. It'll only take a couple of minutes.
Once upon a time.
Well, actually, I was going to, most of you guys are too young to remember the television show Dragnet. The following story is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent, right? Right? So I'm going to change some key details because there's probably going to be some litigation coming out of this. And that's fine. Doesn't scare me. But we preserved a very big deal for an agent, once again, because of the whole Dragnet thing. We're not going to say a name. But I got a call a little bit before 8, very recent night. Agent had a problem, had a very big sale. Turns out that the buyers needed to sell their house before they could close on this very big house somewhere nearby. And they hadn't been able to sell their house, and so they were not going to be able to close. Didn't want to lose the deal. The agent said, I've got a backup offer, just came in. How can I get this offer and protect both the sellers and the new buyers? I said, give it to me. So just to cut to the chase, I wordsmithed some language that night. I'm going to change some of the details, but here's what she put in the new offer, in the new contract with the new buyers. Buyers, that is the new buyers. Buyers acknowledge that seller has an existing contract for the sale of the property. Sellers, in good faith, are confident that the existing contract will be terminated by breach of the sellers thereon on an account of a failure to close by the closing date on or before by agreement, or on or before by agreement, such and such a date and such a time. In the highly unlikely event that the existing contract is not terminated as the sellers expect, This agreement shall be terminated without liability of the sellers to the buyers, and the buyer's earnest money shall be promptly dispersed thereto. Okay? So the closing date came around. I wordsmithed a notice of breach. It's the notification form. You check number 37. I'll bet you didn't know there was a 37. I frankly didn't either. I had to read the whole darn thing. I think she had to attach my voluminous language to the breach notice. It wouldn't fit in the little box. Okay? And it has either closed with the new buyers or will shortly close. Once again, to protect the innocent. At the in my shop, Title Solutions, I was able to flip this thing over and get it closed in roughly 6 days, smoothly. Okay? So the agent did the right thing by calling me, 615-293-2994. Okay? We fixed the problem, we saved the deal, and we either have closed or will shortly close the transaction. That's why you need to close at Title Solutions, amongst many other reasons. Okay.
Yes, love it.
All right. So you're going to get to hear it next week because we got a small, next time because you got a small crowd. So I got a gift card to Moby Dickies. There it is. And so who would like to?
Usually Bobby Jean does the
All right, so Bobby Jean, there you go. That's right. If you, Rika. Oh, good. Where's Rika?
We'll make sure she gets it, though.
All right. So there you go.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm not used to this high-tech stuff, man.
Part of the problem on the deal that Kevin's talking about had to be with a dishonest agent on the other side of the deal. And I'm gonna be gentle when I say, but there was not a sell-a-home contingency in that contract. And they, the lender that they were using said they did not have to sell the house to close. And this was a roughly $1 million transaction.
Yeah.
The whole point is, obviously, this agent asked very specifically, point blank, got that information direct from the lender and the other agent. And fact is that they both basically, from my standpoint, tried to bait and switch. But Kevin did an awesome job helping save it. I'm thankful it was saved. It just irritates me that we have agents who still operate that way in today's market. It's just absurd, ridiculous.
Well, show of hands, who in here thinks that the finance contingency covers that situation?
I'm sorry to it.
Who in here thinks the finance contingency covers that situation?
Do you mean by the lender being responsible for knowing?
No. No, meaning the loan assumingly was gonna get denied. And a lot of times the realtor goes, well, there's a finance contingency, so that covers that. But your contract specifically says that doesn't apply if there's a sale of home contingency that's not specified in the contract. So don't think you can write a contract and get out of it on the finance contingency. That doesn't work.
Right. And that's exactly what they were attempting.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
Kat.
they're still attempting to get back their rather sizable earnest money.
I bet they are.
That's why we're going to probably have some litigation.
Oh, gosh. Kathy?
Well, and more importantly, you as the agent have 14 days to figure out what's going on with that loan. And it says it in the contract. You should be setting notification forms. When's my appraisal happening? When is this happening? Has it been, and you send this to the lender and to the other agent, you need a response back. And you have your sellers, you have their signature from the sellers too.
Yeah, and in defense of this,
So that notification form is so dang important to make sure you meet the 14 days that's in the purchase and sale contract.
yeah,
It's your due
Most
diligence.
agents do not do that. Typically, the only ones that I see as a lender is who has a closing coordinator. And they're.
on it, yeah, following those dates.
Not, I rarely.
See that?
Well, and in this particular case, the agent did do all the forms.
Yeah, she did.
On information and belief Means I have a good faith basis for what I'm about to say. The lender materially misrepresented the ability of the old buyer to close.
Yeah, specific questions were asked in that deal.
Very specific
Do they have the house, do they have to sell that house? Like specifically asked, answered in writing, in text, so all those things were done. But that's why it's just super important to learn from each other and to like just always be, that's why we're always learning something. But also too, you want to work with lenders that you can trust, and we have 3 of the best here. So we have Tracy and Carolyn and Craig that are here. So you know, when you need a lender, definitely you reach out to our preferred, because these are people that we trust. They do the right thing. They will help you through everything. So thank you guys.
We don't want to be the agent on the other side of that type transaction. It's not that. We have a higher standard. We expect a higher standard, and that type thing is absolutely non-professional and unacceptable.
Okay, so since we're making this a shorter meeting, we're going to go through some of this stuff. Interest rates. You can see here, FHA, VA, conventional, kind of where they're at. So it looks like they've come down from where they were, I think, maybe last month. I think we were looking at higher numbers, so they've definitely come down. We're going to talk a little bit more about interest rates and some of those things. I have a few things that I was going to share with you statistics-wise, but we're going to talk about that just a little bit later, so I'm going to keep moving forward. The market stats. This is really great information. This is on Sumner County for the month of June, single-family homes only. But you can see new listings. We were up on listings. Pending sales down from, these numbers are from last year, the same time. Closed sales, we were down closed sales. So I did median and average days on the market because it's just interesting to see that. But to understand, days on market have increased, you know, by 33%. So like that's why I had to do median, because it's average. You know, when you do an average, you could have one that's been on market for a year and then all the other ones are over here. So I wanted to do median so you can really get a good feel, because market time has increased. But when it says average days on the market, you can have the low end and the high end. Median sales price for Sumner County, $450,000. That's up 18% since last year. The average sales price of a home in Sumner County right now, over $500,000. That's up from last year. So again, when we talk about affordable housing and trying to get those first-time home buyers or maybe those millennials, you know, housing here it's high. Average percent of list price received, 101.6. So people are still getting above asking as an average, but it is down from last year. So it was actually higher. You know, people were getting higher numbers last year. And inventory of homes for sale were down. Month supply of inventory were down. Everybody get a picture of that? This is just great information to have when you're talking to people, because it's going to make it, this is kind of some of the facts you want to know that make you look like the professional. Not even make you look like you are the professional. This is a reminder. Thank you for the graphics, Cindy. I love them. They're super cute. But we're doing the car wash and the meals for the winners right after this. So we'll just right outside in the back, so make sure everybody stays and eats. And those that get their car washed, they get their car washed. Disclaimer. No interiors, no tires. It's just outside, okay? Some office updates. I have like a couple things I want to go through. The first one is Exit recently partnered with Curbio. Has anyone heard of this Curbio? It might be a game changer for us moving forward. When you have a home that needs renovations, needs remodeling, like let's say it just needs new granite countertops, or it needs the floor ripped out because maybe they had something and it's like buckling tile and needs new hardwood floors, or a refresh, a renovation, or repairs. Like in the sellers, let's say they don't have the money to do these repairs. This is a company, it's a full service pre-sale improvement partner. It gets your home ready and no money is due until closing. You have to have a little equity in your home so that they can guarantee that they can get paid out of closing. But for any type of remodel, renovations, so they do not do additions or extensions to homes, but it could be, it says their services are, and they won't do staging, but if you do hire a stager and give them the invoice, they'll kind of connect it to their program and then you don't have to pay until closing. There's no minimum project cost, so it could be any size budget. It could just be a hardware swap, it could be painting, or it could be like, you know, complete room remodel. If the home doesn't sell, the people just have to pay, they get a payment that has to be paid within 1 year of their closing, or 1 year of the time that they signed the contract or work was done. So they have a year to pay if their home doesn't sell. But in the thousands of homes that they've done so far, every home is sold. because the home's going to be refreshed, new, whatever. So you definitely know of these homes that they just kind of like, if their kitchen just had new cabinets or the floor was redone or whatever the problem is in the home, this is a way for that seller to get the work done and not have to pay out of pocket. They can pay at closing, and that's a big difference when it's a cash flow issue. Maximum budget is just based on the equity that's available in their home. Curbio makes money just like a general contractor. They don't charge any extra fees. There's no interest. They don't do any credit checks, and there's no liens on the property. So it's really like, it couldn't be simpler to use. Timeline, once you say, yeah, Curbio, we want you to come in, they'll start within 3 to 10 days to begin the project. If you're going to list a home and you want to do some pre-listing stuff before it goes live on the market, they don't make the decisions. It's up to whatever the agent and the homeowners want done to the home. And then if you are interested in this stuff, it's something that you can just stick in your marketing folder. There's an app. It's like app.curbio.com. And Curbio means curb appeal inside and out. But anyway, if you want to have some like marketing materials with your face and exit and your information, and offering this as just another tool in your listing appointment belt, this is just something you can offer to your clients. I'm going to try my best to see if somebody can come into our office and talk about it, but this is something that I know has come up in the 28 years I've been selling. There's always things that they don't have the money to do the repairs. This is a way to get that home ready. And as the markets might become more competitive, this just might give you an extra edge and also get you an edge to get that listing. But again, app.curbio.com. A couple of things I just want to point out regarding advertising. The general advertising rule is that the firm name and the phone number of the office, that phone number has to be as large as your cell phone number on any type of advertising. What's not included in advertising is pens, baseball hats, if you're sponsoring a community event, notepads, business cards, those type of things. But any type of advertising you do has to have the office name, has to have the office phone number, and the office phone number as large as your cell phone number. Okay? Kathy brought this up to me, so thank you, Kathy, for pointing this one out to me. The state's no longer going to keep track of agent CE hours. TREC is transitioning all education reporting to something called CE Broker. So be on the lookout for an email from CE Broker. So right now, TREC kind of keeps track of, okay, she's got 12, she's got 4, she's got 2. It's kind of being switched to something called CE Broker, and they're going to keep track of that. So when you go to renew, it's going to show what your things are, but if you're looking to find it, you have to go to something else. Everybody will get an email eventually. Okay. Yes?
That CE Broker, there's a free site to keep track of your hours, and then there's a monthly site. So be careful what you sign up
Okay.
for.
A free site?
One's free, and then one will charge you monthly.
Okay. Also, evening with exit, something that we need to talk about because we have a couple things coming up. We have boot camp coming up, and that is on the 19th and 20th of this month. So boot camp is 2 days. It is a Tuesday and a Wednesday from 8:30 in the morning until about 3:30 in the afternoon. What's super fun is that it's not just like Ed speaking or myself speaking or Janie speaking. It's different agents that kind of specialize in different parts of either working with buyers or working with sellers. And we get down from, hello, how do you find your buyer, to taking them all the way to the closing table. We go through every little step that is involved from meeting somebody and taking them all the way through. That's what we do on day 1. On day 2, we work with the sellers from trying to find a seller, getting that listing, filling out the listing stuff. So it's a 2-day thing. Doesn't cost anybody any money. It is this month. It is the 19th and 20th. So make sure you write those days down, starting at 8:30 in the morning. And we'll have a slide that will show the dates. The other thing, though, is on the 21st is our evening with exit. And this is an opportunity for you guys to invite co-agents that you work deals with, agents that work with other offices that are just your friends, people that are wanting to get into the business, or if you just want to come and mingle with some of the other exit people, we're going to go to Spring Haven Mansion, which is in Hendersonville, gorgeous like Civil War home. We're going to have food, there'll be drinks, there'll be games, and there's going to be live music. And our live music, if everybody remembers Jen, her husband Sam has been in a band. He's like a professional musician. He's got his band coming to play live for us all. So everybody's invited. You don't have to have a guest. We're having this event so that you can invite other agents to come. There's no exit sales pitch. We're not going to be talking about exit. It's just a night of appreciation and fun, kind of like how we did Topgolf. So Julia made these lovely sheets for us all. She's going to pass them out today. We're going to also email you with a link. So if you could at least make a phone call. It's great to email these to some of your agent friends, but if you could call them and personally invite them, that makes a difference because it's going to seem like you want them rather than you're just sending like a ton of people an invitation. If you actually call somebody and says, hey, hey, come with me, hang out, we're going to just go play bags or ladder or the ladder game or listen to music, have some drinks and food. And this is for everybody to come, but if you can invite someone, that's really great. This is an opportunity for you to let them just have fun, see like the exit culture, see how we all are and that we can be a good time, and hopefully they may want to learn more about exit. But there's no sales pitch, they don't have to sit through anything. Really fast, go quicker. I think I got that. Okay, a couple things I wanted to share regarding the housing bubble and regarding interest rates and regarding the recession and regarding inflation and all these different things that we're hearing in the news. Real estate's always been like the foundation for like the middle class to gain wealth. And the stats are 65.5% of Americans own homes. A net worth of a homeowner is usually 40 times more than of a non-homeowner. So this is, owning homes has always been the way that we've all done, it's our business, but that's the way we build wealth. And it builds the financial security. There are 1.56 million real estate agents here in America. The average salary of these agents are $33,800. So just so you kind of have an idea of there's all different people out here doing this stuff. But the manager of the economic research at Realtor.com regarding the market this is what he said. He does not expect the market to crash or for there to be a huge spike in foreclosures. Prices could decline 5 to 15% depending on the local market. So I know we talked about this before where everybody was worried that we're like up here with these really high prices and that we were going to just kind of go like that. But what everybody is saying is that it's going just kind of making a correction, but it's just like a little bit. So it's not that we've gone way down. In fact, this other gentleman, he is with the National Chief Economist for NAR, Lawrence Yun. He said home sales have returned to the levels seen in 2019 after 2 years of gangbuster performance. He said further sales declines should be expected in upcoming months given housing affordability and challenges from the sharp rise in mortgage rates. But so, he's just kind of seeing a little bit of a dip. Dr. Yoon also said home rates will go down until the mortgages rates stabilize, but he forecasts a strong pool of very qualified people that are working from home, that need that extra bedroom for an office. He said rising rents are making it that people are looking for homes, trying to get out of the rentals. His advice is always to use a long-term strategy and use, always you could refi later. Brian Buffini, so with those things going on, Brian Buffini, we're planning this fall to do those classes again, but we're going to do the advanced and we're going to do the 100 Days to Greatness. So he says how to beat inflation. These are his tips, so listen up, here we go. He says to beat inflation, let's say it's an 8% inflation, he said grow your business by 10%. What that means is just do an extra deal, just do one more deal. So if you're doing 10 deals a year, do 11 deals a year, and you're beating the inflation of that 8% if you can grow your business by 10%. You have to definitely be a professional in this market. And so how you would get more referrals, how do you get more business? What he says is to provide a CMA to everyone you sold a home to before 2021. Just a one-sheet, quick CMA. Send a letter saying congratulations on your investment. You could figure out what their rate of return is from when they bought it and what it's worth now. It's probably better than what they would have gotten at a bank or in the stock market or something like that. So this is that tip number one, is provide the CMA to everyone you sold a home to before 2021. So reach out to those people, let them know what their home's worth. They might be like, oh, didn't know that. Some people do keep up with everything and they know exactly what their home's worth. Some people don't remember or don't know, or they're busy. The other thing is these post-COVID pop-bys. If you haven't done Buffini, a pop-by means just stopping by someone's home, bringing them like a gift or something like that. He said definitely do face-to-face communication. He said now is the time to be visible. People, after COVID, they're ready to party. So either throw a party or bring all those Popeye gifts. Those Popeye gifts are those kind of fun things like that ketchup, mustard relish, like let's ketchup, and you give them a bottle of ketchup or something, or I relish in your business. I don't know when you give them relish, or I don't remember what they are, but there's like a whole cute thing for that. So anyway, that's what the Popeye thing is. How do you get more sales? He said there's less competition for buyers because there's, we've gone through all the multiple offers, all these investors, some people have given up. So he said reach out to those buyers that had given up, that they didn't think they could get a home. And he said 25% of buyers are still all cash, so they're not deterred by the rates and that. He said rates aren't as high as they feel, even though rates nearly doubled in the past 6 months. He said, interest rates have always been a cycle. He said one way to think about it too is instead of maybe a 30-year fixed, and I know our mortgage people know way more about this than I do, but they said instead of like a 30-year fixed, maybe do a 5 or 7 year, and your interest rates might be a little bit closer to what they're wanting, and then once interest rates do come down more, then refi at a later date. This is just his ideas. And then also to think of long-term perspective. He said 2/3 of millennials are likely to buy within the next 2 to 3 years, and it's a 20% larger group than the baby boomers. So in a short, he said, you got to be a pro in this market. Buyers will need reassurance, and sellers will need guidance. Okay, and I think I can skip over that. Okay, upcoming events. Okay, let's just move on. July 15th is the Broker's Top 10 Breakfast. For those agents that are new, we celebrate everybody that makes that top 10 board for the quarter. So this would be April, May, and June's top 10 will all be invited to this breakfast. So if you want to go to breakfast for the next quarter, go for it, July, August, and September, okay? Boot camp is on the 19th and the 20th. The 21st is that evening with Exit. That's at Springhaven Mansion. August 4th is our next office meeting, and then August 4th is also our career night. So at the career night, we talk about Exit. That's a chance you can bring people in. We'll do a whole presentation. We'll give them a tour of the office if somebody wants that. Evening with Exit is just let's all have fun. If you want to just say thank you to your friends, that's a fun thing to do. Okay, Hope, would you like to come up and tell us about the fall fun?
Good morning. So the social committee, they like to put a couple events on every year that we can give back. And what we've got coming up is on July 30th, we have partnered with the Paul Mitchell School that's literally right in the next parking lot. And we're going to do free haircuts. So they're excited about it. They're going to have all their students participating, obviously, to do, which actually gives them credits, obviously, for getting their degree or certificate or whatever they do. But what we'll need your help with is while we are there, we would like to be able to give some of these kids some school supplies. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to get a box here in the office. We've learned through the December give back when we did Operation Stand Down that you guys are really great about Venmoing money. Yeah. So we'll give out, we'll give out Angie or mine. And but if you're out and about shopping, this is obviously the time of that the school supplies are starting to hit. Watch for clearance items, whether it's pencils, the little pencil cases, book bags, whatever they might need, erasers. We're just going to try and give them a little bit of something. But the biggest thing is we'll also send out this flyer. I'll put it on the Facebook page. I'll have Tina send it out through email. But if you have connections with schools, especially close by, please make sure you make that connection. It's also a great way for you to get an entryway into the partnership with the school. So if you don't want to go into the school, most of the schools are online. You can find all the teachers, staff, all their emails are listed, if you didn't know that. I do that with all of my grandkids' schools. I reach out to every teacher. Hi, hey, this is what we do. But if you would, share it with as much as possible. We'd love for it to be a great event. And make sure, these kids have, a nice haircut before they go in and maybe get a little something to go back to school with. Okay?
Thank you so much. Yay. Thank you. Wonderful. So lots of ways to participate with that. Sumner Realtors, they offer free CE. So these are the classes that they're doing this month. It's still okay to call and register yourself. Again, they're free. So one is e-closings, The other one is the purchase and sales agreement, expert level. I signed up for that one because I think it's going to be like the fine tune inside, like all the little lines. Like, I love that. So I can't wait for that. And then new construction class. So this is the July.
Is it in the office, the Sumner County Realtors office?
Yeah, usually it is. And usually these classes are like an attorney, or the new construction might be a builder. You know, I'm not sure who's talking for each of these. Okay, and when your clients get an offer, it gets accepted. Everyone knows Mary Catherine Gallagher, is that her name? Gets accepted, so yay. Okay, our meeting is over, a little bit over 30 minutes, but I did pretty well. And Ed's out there cooking, sweating and cooking, but food's out. And so there's food in the kitchen, but get your food out that way. And then for those that are doing cars, I guess we need to like change and kind of get the bubbles going, okay?
Because Kaylee just texted me,
Oh.
she's not here.
Oh, Kaylee's not here.
Emily and Jason, they're leaving.
Emily, are we doing your car?